Hey guys, how you doing? Well, tonight I thought I'd tell you a bit of a funny story. Well, this story has a bit of, well, it's a bit sad at the beginning and has a quite humorous ending. So, I thought I'd share it with you. So, it all started back in 2004. That was the year that I began university to do my Bachelor of Visual Arts degree. Basically, I moved from my little hometown of Innisfail to a place called Townsville, which was about 4 hours drive away, and that's where the university was for me to study. So I moved in with my brother and his wife because they happened to live in Townsville at this time, and I was only going to be there, just until I found my own apartment, etc. So I had my cat with me. Now this cat, her name's Millie, and she was actually my mother's cat. And I'd given her to Mum when it was the last Mother's Day before my mum passed away. So, I felt really emotionally attached to this cat after my mum had passed away because it reminded me of her. So I took the cat with me to Townsville. My brother said it was cool that I could have the cat there, and etc, etc. So I finally found a place about a month after I moved in with my brother. Anyway, the night before I moved I had a dream, and in that dream my mother came to me and said, "Don't worry, it's alright," and she was like hugging me and saying everything's going to be okay. And I woke up the next day feeling weird about it. It was one of those really powerful dreams, the ones that you really remember and that stick in your head. Anyway, I sort of thought nothing of it, and I started moving all my furniture and everything, and I'd moved everything, and it was in the afternoon, and all I had to do was go back and pick up the cat. So, drove back to my brother's place, and, was calling, "Millie, Millie, where are you?" And I couldn't see her, and I asked my brother and sister, "Where, have you seen Millie?" And no. Anyway, I went back out on the road, and next minute, I heard this bang, and you wouldn't believe it. She just got run over by a car. She was just coming home. She obviously heard me calling her, and she got hit by a car. The car pulled over. The guy got out and went, "Oh my God, I'm really sorry." It was too late. She was dead. There wasn't a lot of damage to her. She was in pretty good shape, but she was dead. And I was like, "Oh my God." I was just like, I was in tears. And anyway, I took her and put her in the car because I thought, well, I'm going to take her to my new place, because where I was living, where I'd found a place, was really good. It was next to the river, and there was a big backyard, and I was sharing it with this guy that basically worked for the mines, and he was gone for 6 weeks at a time and then home for 2 weeks. So it was great because I could study and have the place to myself. Anyway, so I took the cat and had the intentions that I was going to bury it in the backyard, and that was that. So once I got it home, I couldn't bring myself to burying it in the backyard. Like, strange place, new place, and this connection to the cat and my mother, it was really strong, and I didn't want to bury the cat there. So what does any normal person do? They put it in the freezer. Yep. I thought, well, I'm just going to put her in the freezer, and then when I go back up to visit my mum's grave, then I'm going to bury her somewhere close by, or somewhere I feel like it's right. Well, that didn't happen for the whole year. So there was this cat in the freezer. I mean, she was wrapped in plastic bags and really tied up really good. But I remember my flatmate coming home one time, and he was sorting through the freezer and stuff, and he said, "What's this bag?" Oh, and I was like, "It's actually just frozen fish. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of it. It's just like, scraps and bits of frozen fish." It was so close. but I never said a word to anybody about it because I guess it's not something to say. By the way, I've got a cat in my freezer. So what happened then was uni had finished for the year and it was holiday time, and that's when I decided I would take the cat back to up north, back to, find a resting place for it. So there's me, I got an esky, put the cat in the esky and drove, 4.5 hours back to a place called Cairns, which is just on the other side of where I used to grow up. And I went to stay with some friends there because they've got this beautiful Queenslander and I'm pretty close to them, and we all just hang out and have fun. And they have a huge backyard and it backs onto the botanical gardens. Anyway, I said to them, I hope you don't mind, I've got my cat with me. And they go, where is it? Oh, it's in the esky. They started laughing. And they said, why don't you just bury her in the backyard here? Like, it's beautiful, it's tropical, it'll be great. And that's what I did. I found a spot, we dug a hole, we buried her, we had this whole little ceremony sort of thing. Not even really a ceremony, but we just had I could finally put her to rest. But that's one thing that, I laugh about now. I laugh about now because it is pretty funny. Could you imagine what would have happened if his name was Dusty, the guy that I was sharing the place in Townsville with. He would have just come home one day and just decided to open it and find this dead cat. Yeah, see, crazy artist. Yeah, crazy person. So that's my story.
It's a fine day, people open windows, they leave their houses just for a short while. They walk by the grass and they look at the grass, they look at the sky. It's going to be a fine night tonight, it's going to be a fine day tomorrow. Da, 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 da.
So I finally resolved this painting and got it finished. From the video that you just saw, I've just basically painted this area out and this area out that had colour before because it was too unbalanced. But now, for me, it works really well, and the focus really is on this centre bit. I've named the work The Hollow because it's like a tree hollow and you can look in. This horizontal line here helps balance out all the curves, so it's sort of, I'm really happy with it. This is the direction that I'm taking my abstracts at the moment, and I'm using the power of white for this series, and that's what the series is, called The Power of White. So that's the second one, and this was the first one obviously that I started in the series, and this was the painting that gave me the idea to use white as a dominant colour. And white isn't the easiest colour to use, I have to say. That's just an observation. This is another one that I've just finished that I had been working on for a while and trying to work out how to resolve, and I'm really happy with how it's turned out. So finally, starting to get some of these works that I've started resolved now and moving forward. Alright, that's it. Just wanted to touch base. Later.